Alright, comic book friends, I'm Travis, and this is another edition of What the Fugue, where I talk about what's going on with me in my week of comics. How's it going, everybody? My week of comics, hopefully everything's going great. Hopefully all the storms that hit after my comics got moving, should be here on Friday. Yay! Speaking of Friday, there will be a comic book roundtable on Friday. I know there was a question about whether or not it was a holiday, and therefore there wouldn't be one, but there is. I'm dedicated, so we will have a comic book roundtable. It may just be me there talking, or it may just be a few of us talking, but somebody will be there, and we'll be talking about comic books. So, be prepared for that. 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. So, what else is going on with me on the world of comics? Something I'm still having a hard time wrapping my brain around. I've heard that Greg Rucka is going to be writing a Young Cyclops X-Men book. Okay, I pretty much read anything that Greg Rucka writes. I'm a huge fan. Kind of feel like he can't do no wrong, kind of a thing. And I despise Cyclops. He's like one of my least favorite X-Men ever, and always has been since I was reading the X-Men in the 80s. I have never liked that character, and so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm actually gonna get that or not. Gut feeling right now is I'm not, despite him being on the book. But I may change my mind by the time it gets around to it, just because I want to see what, you know, maybe Greg can make me like the character. I don't know, or maybe he'll just write it more despicable in the despicable ways that I don't care for the character. I don't know. Could be interesting to find out. So that's the big comic news as far as what's going on as far as creators and stuff goes. What else going on in your comics? This weekend is a long weekend for me. There's actually a holiday, President's Day here in the United States, so I actually have that day off from work, so I have 3 days. In that 3 days, I am determined to take care of the mess that is behind me. All these stacks of comics that have been showing up in my videos lately, they are going to be dealt with. I hope. Yeah, we really want to get that taken care of, or get a much better handle on it than what I have right now. So that's one of my goals for this weekend as far as comic book goes. Another one is I really want to get that Hellblazer video up that I said, I don't know, what, 2-3 weeks ago, that I said I finally got all the issues and I was gonna, you know, do a video on it. I want to put some more boards. I have some boards I need to put in a few of the in a few of the books, in a few of the bags, and I'm not exactly sure how I was going to film it. I thought about having some background music and just showing you the covers. Then I couldn't really decide what I want to do for background music because I don't want to get nailed for, you know, playing somebody's music and me not having it monetized on my videos, because I don't want to monetize my videos. So I thought about taking some of the talented people in my house and kind of redoing a cover of a song. I don't know if that's going to work out either, so I haven't 100% squared that way, but I'll get that squared away by the time I do the video. Hopefully that video will come out this weekend also. Like I said, I really want to get that done. So as far as my own personal, you know, what I've got going on this weekend, that's the big thing on this weekend, I think, is going to be to get that all squared away, get some of the piles taken care of, so I don't feel like I'm in quite so much chaos. Appreciate everybody who's commented on videos and say, hey, that's great, looks awesome, you know, having comic books all over the place, you know, that's cool, that's like all of us and all that, that's great. I like to be a little more organized. It's gotten, I mean, a few stacks is fine, but it's gotten to the point now where it's starting to feel overwhelming and potentially depressing. So I don't know how much, you know, how much I gotta get a handle on it. At any rate, and if anybody's seen my poll video, you see how many books I get, so you see how fast it can build up if I don't get a handle on it. So yeah, there you go. I want to get a handle on it. So yeah, that's important. What else going on? Hey, let's talk a little bit about criticism. Let's talk a little about criticism, comic book criticism. Let's talk a little bit about that. Kind of runs the gambit, and I'm not telling people how to think, act, or be, or whatever. Just saying where I come at from my criticism of books and maybe the people who make those books or whatever. And this is how I see it for me personally anyway. If I'm criticizing a book, or I'm criticizing the way it's done, whether that be an artist, you know, a writer, whatever, I'm not criticizing the person who's creating those works unless I specifically state that I got a problem with something that they personally are doing. I try to make sure that my criticism isn't, you know, so-and-so artist sucks. You know, it's so-and-so artist's stuff sucks, not they. So that's where I'm at on that. I'm not going to back away from criticism. I'm not going to back away from saying that I don't like something or it didn't appeal to me or whatever. But I'm going to attempt my best to then lay out why it is that I don't care for something. I'm not real keen on there's a lot of shows out there, and I'm not anybody in particular, but there's a lot of shows out there where negative seems to be the cool thing. That seems to be popular right now as a popular trend to burn books down and stuff, and that's not what I'm about either. But if I happen to pick up books that aren't good, I'm going to say so because I want to be an honestly talking about the books, and that's part of it. There are bad books. There are books we don't care for, and that's being honest talking about those. I mean, I understand to some degree, let's just not talk about it if it's not good. But if I've already experienced getting it, then I want to have a conversation about the experience getting it. So, you know, I won't continue to talk about a book that I didn't care for. You know, I don't need to do that. But there's kind of some sort of a weird fine line in there about that as far as criticism goes. But I mean, I spent money on it, therefore I think I have the right, you know, to say whatever I want to on it. And you know, one of the things that frustrates me about some of the official, you know, kind of comic book sites that are out there, you know, the Newsaramas, the comic book resources, and some of the others to some degree, it almost, if they aren't actually outright paid, it feels like they're paid in some sense, or those people are trying to get their own foot in the door or whatever, and so then I feel like I'm not getting honest opinions about whatever it is. And when I talk about books, I'm not always doing a critique per se. And so, you know, one of my videos, of course, is called Monster Comics Reviews, and I don't really feel like I review a book. I mean, I think there's certain parameters to officially reviewing something that you need to go through, so you hit certain things. There's a certain model, I think, to some degree you should be following. You know, so like a lot of the guys on here now have more and more been calling their, you know, comic book thoughts. And that's a more appropriate term even for what I do. That's just a title we came up at the time when me and Ethan were doing the videos together. We needed something. We wanted to be big mostly because I had this idea of this video of us, because I gotten some great video editing equipment, to stomp on a city. We thought that would be cool to have this kind of monster, you know, thing going on. So that's why we end up with a monster comic review. But you know, now I almost regret having review in the title because it's not really what I do. But people understand, to have some sense of what the word review means. So here I am wandering off in a direction I really didn't plan on going. Anyway, back to critique. The other part of criticism, and if, at least for me anyway, and I believe most people are this way, if I'm saying I don't like a book, and it happens to be a book that you like, please don't take that personally, because I am not, that my opinion is no less or no greater of you if you like a book or don't like a book. I mean, I'm excited if you like the same books I like because we can talk about it, but you know what? I'm willing to talk about the books I don't like and that you love too, and vice versa. If I love a book and you don't like it, there's some great conversation to be had there, so I'm all for that too. So I just want to say that if I'm criticizing a book that you love, please don't take it personally, because I'm not criticizing you as a person. I mean, I know that we as fans start to gather ownership of our books and take stuff to heart, but please don't take that to heart if it happens to be there's something that you enjoy that I don't enjoy, and vice versa, because if I enjoy something and you don't enjoy it, I'm not going to take that personal. It's like, okay, that's cool. You know, my brain's built different than your brain is, and we aren't always going to agree on everything or have the same opinion or the same taste or the same flavors. That's great. That makes us a happy place to be in, of talking and having cool discussions about the stuff. So I just wanted to put that out there that if I'm being critical of something that you like, please don't take it personally. That I mean, unless I guess you're one of those creators, then I guess you can take it personally if it's your baby and I'm picking on it. But I'm trying not to just pick on it. I really try most of the time, if I'm really seriously talking about the book, try to explain what about it is that I don't enjoy. Doesn't mean you have to cater to me. I'm just telling you what it is that I don't enjoy. So, and with that kind of ramble all over the place, I'm gonna be done now, I think, because I don't really have a whole lot to talk about other than just blabbering. So, yeah. Have a great week, everybody. I'll see you hopefully on Friday for a comic book roundtable, and maybe I'll see you during the weekend too. I may film some of this silliness, whatever. And if I'm not filming it, guaranteed I'll be on Twitter. Find my Twitter handle floating around over on my page somewhere. I'll be on Twitter, you know, taking pictures or whatever. I have a habit of, I can't start my comics without taking pictures of them and making comments or whatever. So, just another way to share and whatnot. So, yeah, have a great one, everybody.